There we go. I'm gonna pop this
Wait,
guy.
this is gonna be streamed?
Yeah.
Since when?
What? Oh yeah. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? So yeah. So and as always, so it's just gonna be on the Let's Party screen for a second while but they can we can be heard, all that good stuff. So let me see.
So be careful what we say.
No, fuck that.
No curse words.
No, fuck that. Monkey.
Well, it's not. Be careful of what you say. It's be careful of who you talk about. Don't talk about how we're all glad that Jeff is gone for once.
Yeah, unless you shit. You know what? I forgot to fuck it. Unless you really are. Crap! I forgot to do this. Let me change this. This is it is Dungeons. No, this is Let's Party. Crap, man. Pathfinder rules. A D&D stream. Okay, what episode is this? Curses, man. This is episode 26.
I thought the last one was 26. Or was the last one 25?
25, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The last one I thought was actually 93. And because really every episode is denoted by
they all don't make any sense. Like they're it's literally they're just I started tracking them and like paying attention to them just a little while ago.
Well, no, I thought that every 20 minutes was an episode. So
yes. All right, there you go. Pathfinder.
Just like in a Sunday morning cartoon or Saturday morning cartoon, it's effectively like 30 minutes, but that's 10 minutes of ads. So
hey, Hoxie, how you doing, man? Give me a second. All right, hold on. So there's that. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Ding, ding, ding. All right, awesome. So I have the screen, or I have what we're looking at. Like I have the what is it called? The actual Roll20 board, shrunken down quite a bit, just so we can kind of see kind of everything that's going on. So it's a little bit different than it's normally been. But so give me just 1 second. I have yet to eat any food. I had some mac and cheese I took it out of the oven, but let me bring it up here real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Say hello to everybody, and let's and then we'll get this up and running. So Jeff is not
hello.
Jeff is not with us. Jeff is not with us
he's
today.
dead to us.
But so what we're gonna say, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of pick up. As soon as I get back, we'll do a real quick recap of kind of what happened last week, and then we'll kind of talk about kind of like what you guys are doing over the course of your long rest. Like the thing is, and then in that long rest is where we will we will pull Jeff out of this session. So give me 1 second.
We can go through all the loot.
Yep.
Damn facts.
I need some armor and I need some weapons.
I need a better weapon. Wait, I thought you can't do armor.
I can do light armor.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. I'm starving. Okay. So last week our team, our band of merry band of adventurers, engaged. We actually continued a battle that had begun the week before. The main party had traveled through what seemed to be some sort of strange bridge between worlds and they ended up going through a portal that took them into an ancient stone amphitheater inside, like an underground amphitheater where there was a group of people doing some sort of they were torturing. They were torturing an orc, and they tortured an orc to death. It looked like they were about to torture somebody else when our heroes jumped in and entered the fray. They managed to overpower, even though they were significantly outnumbered. They managed to overpower the bad guys and save the day. And so now but not without actually taking some significant wounds themselves. And so once they kind of had everybody so what I have here, if you look on the screen, I sort of have, so this area, the red kind of denotes like sort of the walls and kind of like where, and also denotes sort of the cell. So this area that they were in, at the other end of this, so it's maybe about this whole corridor here is maybe about 30, 40 yards in length. It's a long hallway. It's about 12 feet in height. And at one end of it is the actual amphitheater where everybody entered from when you came in through what it was some sort of portal. When you broke through it, we actually William Cuddy, who is our swashbuckler, and he carries a musket with him. He actually fired his musket through the glass. The glass shattered, allowing them to enter inside. But it also damaged the portal. There's no going back the way that they came. And then they got into this scuffle with the people inside there that were doing the torturing, and they managed to overpower them all. And just beyond that amphitheater area, there was there were cells. It basically it looked like that. There's maybe about 40 yards of this long hallway, of which there are there's easily 60, 70, 80 cells, like prisoner cells, and then in the middle of between these cells. There are these, which you can see. Hold on, you can see here. It's like there are these tables with like implements and torture, like this. These are like kind of torture racks. Like it's things specifically designed for doing some significant damage to people. To the prisoners. So you guys have all. So basically, what I'm assuming. And if you guys don't want to do this, then let me know and we can change this. But I'm assuming that you guys separated everybody, disarmed them, and separated everybody into their own individual cells. Is that correct?
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
And if there were enough, we would have the magic user in even far enough away, different area that they can't even be seen by anyone else.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That is entirely something you could do if you'd like to. I only have so.
Yeah, we're space limited on the screen, but not space limited in the game.
Yeah. So all right. So here. So what we're gonna do is here. Let me pull. So Tirona.
My Tirona.
So you're gonna take her. So
Every
she's.
single
So
time.
we're gonna put it. So she's. So basically, what I have, where I have. So when you guys did some exploration of this area, you basically discovered that that at the opposite end of the amphitheater is the only egress from this like long kind of hall corridor, kind of where all these cells are located. The egress, however, has been, and it looks like you can't really make it out 100%, but it looks like it actually leads to a staircase. But there is some sort of magical barrier that's preventing you guys from actually crossing through it. The magical barrier looks like upon investigation of the actual. Again, it looks like it might be a staircase. It may not be. You can't really tell. It's the images. You can see a little bit behind this whatever this magical barrier is. But whatever it is, it's just tough to make out. And so yeah, you guys are
And it still has the runes and stuff
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are around the perimeter of it,
Yeah.
right?
So it definitely looks like that someone has actually used. I mean, it looks kind of like a chalk substance or something, but someone has actually scrawled like runes and things of that nature around this whole thing. And it definitely looks like those runes are built into the spell that's keeping that barrier up.
So do we think we can take that barrier down when we're ready to leave?
The thing is that like, actually, both of you guys have spellcraft, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe I do now. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make a spellcraft roll.
Let's. I was about to just roll a 20, but then I realized I can go in and do it through the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I got a 22.
22. All right. And yeah, and then what about you, Matt?
Finding skills and thing.
Oh yeah. Sorry about eating on stream, guys. I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything today. Well, that's not so.
So
I had
so unprofessional.
I had two drumsticks. Wow, nice
Oh,
roll.
27.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So yeah. So you guys
Natural 20.
are able to determine that this spell like it involves magics that you have. It involves and even the symbols and stuff that is used, like you don't recognize them at all, but you can definitely tell that like the magical energies are sort of like built into the actual runes themselves. So it looks like all you need to do is just erase those like fuck up the runes, and the barrier will disappear.
We can fuck shit up.
Yeah.
So I just go up and I.
Well, why don't we wait until we check out the loot on everybody first?
Oh yeah, we won't do that until we're ready to leave. Because that's apparently keeping whatever's out there from in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna. So what do you in terms of how stripped down? So the thing is like so. Let's take a look. There's one, two. There are three. Actually, there's four of your opponents that were still up and cogent. Everybody else,
Yeah, they surrendered.
yeah. So those guys, obviously the people that are knocked out, you can just take whatever you want from them, and that's but the other guys, the thing is that like, how are you like, are you gonna force them to strip down? What are you gonna do to like make sure that you get everything off of them that you.
Well, what I propose doing is like, we found out that they're like mercenaries or something like that. Why don't we try to see if we can recruit them to our cause? Although we don't have any money, so I don't know why they would do that.
Well, one, we're obviously in control.
Yeah.
And two, they probably heard what's her face. They heard my Sharona just as much as everyone else, and the fact that what we have that is the number one currency in this given situation, the food.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Now the thing is that the food.
We may be the only way for them to get out.
The food here, however, it is. I mean, it's more food than you guys can carry. It definitely looks like they've been provisioned for what could be weeks and weeks, a sizable force for weeks and weeks. So it's lots of like I said, there's the water there. There was there's like lots of like salted meats. There's dried fruits. There's nuts. It's like it's stuff like that. So, so yeah. So the thing is if you guys wanted to try to take all of that with you, it's possible, but you're gonna be carrying quite a bit.
Yeah. Or we could
Well,
make them
let's-
carry it or something, you know.
Yeah, let's-
Let's try to come up with a game plan of like how we want to approach them, you know. Like, do we want to try to take them with us? Do we want to try to, are we just going to leave them down here or?
Well, first off, at some point, shouldn't we acknowledge what happened to Erloser?
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. So because nothing's happening. Like this is all stuff that you guys are sorting out right at the beginning, right? So things like
Right.
So
Which
so
is
what?
one of the things like
so what I'm figuring is Erloser is still attending to he's still tending to the ones that were dying, that were bleeding out. So he's
Right.
so he's busy right now while you guys are kind of discussing what to do with these guys.
And so the reason why I brought him up is if we just leave them here, what do you think he's going to say? This is and I will tell you, he ain't having it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
He's
just
not gonna be-
leaving them here to die is not an option. Or leaving him here to die and keeping Erloser as a companion is not an option.
Well,
Well, first off, I think we need to. The first thing that Sigroy would want to do is figure out our total assets. Like, we know we're good on food for a while. We know we have loot. I kind of want to see what that loot is, because I think that is of a decent amount of importance.
yeah.
Well, I was stripped of all weapons and armor.
Yeah, and I imagine. Shoot, what is your guy's name?
Faye.
Faye Talos. I imagine you want to get some armor and weapons.
I was just gonna say clothes.
Well, I have clothes.
Yeah. He's clothed. Yeah, they didn't strip him down. They just took all of his weapons and what the like from him. Yeah, and he was incapacitated all the way up until like basically he came to right as things got started. So the thing is, like, so they it's obvious that they didn't know that he was a spellcaster. It's obvious that they didn't know that he was a summoner.
No, they did
because they would have
take precautions against him summoning and things like that.
That's exactly correct. So the thing is, like, so he was new enough to this organization that whatever recon they did regarding them, they did not take into account that that he would be. So the thing is, like, so they definitely grabbed any weapons and stuff of that nature from him. But the thing is that, like, he was left pretty much, unmolested. Yeah.
Except for all the molestation they did.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, like, yeah, I mean, obviously there's a certain amount of, you're in a prison, there's going to be a certain amount of molestation. So the thing is, so basically I'm figuring that you guys, I'm figuring you guys are dragging individuals to individual cells, kind of locking them in. There is you guys do find on Termithius, you do find what looks to be a key ring that actually has, like, it's a sizable key ring. And the thing is that, like, and there are little like leather tags on every single key, and there's like 80. It's like a significant key ring, and the thing is, like, and these are the keys for every single lock, every single cell in this thing,
Now, do the doors all have like little windows that we can look inside?
No, they're
cells?
actually
Or are they open with bars?
Yeah, they're open with bars. Yeah. So
Okay.
the thing is,
Okay.
so. And not all of them are shut and locked. The thing is like, for the most part, I mean, most of them, I mean, because again, as I said last week, most of them had been converted into living areas. Like, they weren't being used as cells; they were being used as bunks and as
food storage
and
and
whatnot. So that's where you found all the food stores. That's where you found like that. There were a couple. There were some that were like, as you got closer to where you guys are now, there were bunk beds and stuff like that. But like in the middle areas, like there were you know, there were sort of nicely appointed, like, you know, like decent, like desks, and, you know, and I mean, I'm figuring you guys are just going to do
It makes sense. It makes sense that they keep the torture areas down at the far end, like, so they don't have to hear the screaming and all that stuff.
Well, you know, in fact, in fact,
Smell
it
the
looks,
blood and piss.
it
The blood and piss,
looks like
yeah.
they didn't even really use, like, it looks like this area, what the torturing, whatever the prison part of this place looks like that predates this occupation by these people. It looks like that these people that live here now, or that are using this space, like it looks like this is that they just repurposed. They basically moved into a prison floor and repurposed it. You know, so the thing is, like, so all of the torture implements look like they haven't been used in a long time. You know, the only one that was used was in the amphitheater, that center, you know, like sort of. You know,
dais or whatever.
altar, yeah. And they were using that on the orc, you know.
Gotcha. Okay, so everybody's pretty much locked up then at this point. It sounds
So yeah,
like,
so we'll say that basically, yeah, maybe you kept Cherona sort of like right, you know, in a cell, maybe even in the cell that Faye was kept in. You know, at the complete opposite end. And then again, so the thing is, like, so I'm thinking that you guys probably wanted to situate yourself near the food stores and near, you know, like, you know, and then again, I'm figuring that the reasoning was, and that's why this is all set up the way it is that you want the prisoners near you. You know, you want to be able to keep an eye on them, you know, so you don't want them, you know, 30 yards down the way, you know, down the hall. You know,
conspiring with each other.
So the way I have it situated, so if you look, so right here, this is where all the foodstuffs. These 3 cells are all the foodstuffs, or these 4 cells. You know, or that one, and this one right here, and then basically you've got. And then you've got the rest of these. Now this is the dead fellow, and then right here is where the barrier is. So that's kind of you know, and then it just continues down. It just down this way. It just continues for another 30, 40 yards of just cells. You know,
of cells. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and again, so so the thing is, like, so I'm going to say that you guys, you know, that how long are you going to spend kind of exploring these cells? Because there are a number of them, you know, and it definitely looks like there are personal effects. It definitely looks like people were living out of these, you know.
Well, I mean, we can kind of, so we don't have to do a thorough exploration of every single cell. We can kind of, you know, if Sigfroy casts like the light spell on an object, we can use it like a torch or something, and we can just kind of look in and see, you know, if something looks interesting to go in and look at, or not. You know, we can kind of triage it so we don't spend forever investigating every single cell like I would do in Fallout or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, we have enough food for weeks. I say we do Fallout it and just go through. So.
Or yeah, we can do that too. You know, that is also an option. Up to you guys.
Give me 1 sec. 'Cause I have a question. Sure. Or not a question. I'm looking something up real quick. So, and one of the things that I can do to just. It's very safe to assume that magical objects have they're of higher value, both monetarily and usually in some kind of utility. So one of the things that I would just do is, on top of just going in and flashlighting everything with light, is spend 1 or 2 minutes of just walking into a room and trying to detect magic on the room. Because reading it, you detect magical auras, the amount of information, how long I study a particular subject or area. So I can just pop into a room, spend a minute there, and if there's nothing magic there.
So that's a cantrip?
Yep.
Okay, and how long would you spend investigating each cell?
I would probably, if there's no aura, there's no reason to continue studying that cell.
Yeah, you're gonna notice that almost right away, right? Like you
Well,
walk in
the
and
thing
it's
is,
like,
well,
well, I don't feel any aura,
no, the thing is
right?
like no. So the thing is like so if if you've got a blanket over something, then it's not gonna it's not gonna register. It doesn't the aura doesn't glow through stuff. So the thing is like so you kind of have to be targeting. Yeah, you kind of have to look at something.
We can do perception checks to search for anything that might be valuable.
So again, like I first I just kind of want to get a sense of kind of how you got like exactly how you're tackling all this before we do any perception checks. Like, is it are you taking a torch and entering each cell and just checking it out and then moving on?
Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, do we want to
are you basically ransacking these places, or are you doing something between the two?
I would say anything that is pretty obvious that, like, if there's something where, hey, this is probably where he kept his expensive stuff, like whatever lock boxes or locked chests, I'm going to try and get into those. But other than that, ransacking might be a bit strong, but going in, opening, if they're chests of drawers, opening chests of drawers, and maybe 5, because how many cells do we know of in total?
I'd say
right?
there's between like 60 and 80. If you guys want to count them all, I can give you the exact number. But if not, if you're just eyeballing it, you'd say between 60 and 80.
It's more than I thought. Okay. Because that determines whether or not I do want to say, go in and spend 5 minutes in each room.
Yeah. That's exactly.
If it was like 20, then I would say sure, that's a great strategy. But it's like 60 to 80, and that's, unless we want to be down here for a while, that's okay too.
Yeah, even if you spend a minute in each one, it's still gonna, that's gonna be an hour and a half of searching.
Right. Which like you said, Matt, we do have the food available. We can do that if we want to. So it doesn't matter to me. Like in regards to weapons and stuff like that, I have my musket and I have my short sword. I'm doing pretty good with them so far. But I know you guys definitely need to upgrade weapons and things like that. So
yeah, my sling kind of sucks. Need a crossbow.
Which of the mercenaries seems the one most in charge?
I would say the magic user. Well, do you mean the mercenaries or the person who hired them? Because that's actually a really good idea. Just go after the lead mercenary.
So the thing is, you're not you. I mean, the guy with the spear that was attacking you, Travis, who is now dead. That fellow definitely seemed to be kind of at least in charge of that little squad of 3 guys, Right. But just by force of personality, the thing is of the four that are remaining, like that you didn't really get. I mean, there was the guy that surrendered, like maybe he might be the most. But because when he surrendered,
willing to talk, maybe
when he surrendered, the others decided to surrender, at the same time. But the thing is, that you're again, you didn't get a chance to really spend much time interacting with them to really determine the social dynamics of that group.
Well, then I guess we could just go talk with.
Just go talk with.
Yeah.
I'd say let's talk to that guy. The guy who surrendered. Why not?
Yeah. One of the guys that surrendered would be the best person to talk because they already established that we are now their new authority figure, and they're the ones that are probably least in pain, least hurt.
Yep.
Unless actually one of them was within like 1 inch of his leg, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So go to the one that is probably the most cogent and like not dead. that surrendered.
I mean,
and talked with-
there's the guy that was attacking. So there's the guy with the dagger. So there's the guy with the daggers that was attacking you, Sigfroy. That eventually was like that William Cuddy opted to avoid. That guy surrendered. I'm looking at seeing whom all we've got. That guy surrendered. There's the guy the guy that's near death, but was still up, was the guy with the spear. There's two guys. There were two guys with spears in the room that you guys were you were fighting. One of the guys, the guy that was giving Airloser a hard time. That guy is literally near death, but he's still up. That guy's fucked up. And then there's another guy that is not far behind him, you know. And then there's the guy with the daggers that was that was on the other side with a Fae. And then let me see who else was there. There's Pindo. Yeah, and so Pindo, there's that guy. Oh, and then Trona. And then I was like I know there's four. And then Trona is there. So yeah, and so she's like, so she's been gagged and, you know, I guess gagged and
bound,
gagged
and bound,
and put in a cell far away.
Well, so two of those mercenaries, do you guys want to try to stabilize them at all? You know, because if we let
Airlos,
that's what
yeah.
Sorry.
Airlos has been attending to everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say like Matt suggested, we just go talk to the one guy, you know.
Okay, yeah. So is this gonna be all three of you?
Sure. I mean,
You guys want to do that, or you want a good cop, bad cop it kind of thing, or what? Because I'm the one who basically said, throw down your weapon and you'll survive. So I could, you know, be the good cop, you know, kind of try to be his buddy or whatever. And somebody else could be the bad cop. Or not.
You were held captive by them. You want to be a bad cop?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by good cop, bad cop. It's very
You
odd expression.
You don't know the good cop, bad cop trope?
Usually where I come from, they're all bad cops.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
You've never seen the good cop, bad cop in the interrogation rooms on TV. You have the guy that comes in, he gives you the coffee. It's like, what? On TV.
You're not familiar with good cop, bad cop. You're not familiar with the idea of good cop, bad cop, or are you just being silly?
I am.
Okay.
I see.
Yes.
You're role playing.
Yes.
Mm.
The good cop, bad cop would not actually come up in the context of the characters' lexicon. They wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least my character's lexicon. It might be something that occurs to.
No, yeah. The thing is I mean, it would be, the thing is like, it's like Saint Marn is not, it's not lawless, but the thing is but if you commit a crime that warrants the attention of the law, it resolves itself right there. Like they usually either kill you or they, you know, like it's, you know, they find you right there. Like it's not, you know, there's not a lot of investigation that happens in Saint Marn. It's more like, it's like, you know, think the Wild West, you know.
So yes, no, let's just speak to him, see if he can be reasonable. Perhaps they realize that, you know, if they don't work for us, we're going to leave them down here to die.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So who approaches him?
I vote the guy I vote Cuddy.
Okay. Yep. So I walk up to the cell and I say, "Hey, did he tell us his name? I don't remember. I don't have my notebook."
No.
With me. Okay. I say, "Hey, Hey man, I'm William Cuddy. What's your name?
Hold on. I need to get the names. One second.
Oh, the silent treatment, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to be the good cop.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just talking to him.
Seriously, dude, why are you? Come on, like, do you want us just to leave you here?
Yeah. Here, let me get the names for all these guys real quick.
All right, Billy, I think we're just leaving this guy. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Dum dum dum.
I thought your name was William.
You're kidding, right?
No, I am.
Like, oh, you can call me Billy. It's okay.
Okay, so the guy that you walk up to, the guy that was the first guy to actually surrender, he was the spear wielder that was not the guy. He was the other spear wielder that was that it had not had not had. Hold on, okay, there we go. Hey, T Knox, how you doing, man? And he was the first guy he was the first guy to see the writing on the wall, And he's like, but he was still pretty fucked up, and so he's got so we'll say Airlifter's already sort of attended to his wounds, and so he's just sort of like, he's kind of like sitting on the cot, just kind of like loud, like with his with his head. And it's not even really a cot per se. It's just a stone. It's just like a stone. It's like hewn stone that basically operates as sort of like a bed. It's like a bed-sized hewn stone platform, bench of sorts. And so he's just like, he's laying back with his head against the back wall, and he's just kind of like, and so you approach him and you see him kind of like look like kind of like just tilts his head a little bit to kind of spot, kind of look at you guys as you approach.
Mm-hmm.
And so and then you say, and he's like, and so you say, hey, I'm William. Do you say
hey. Yeah. Hey. Ahoy there! My name's William Cuddy. What's your name?
I'm Garter.
Garter?
Yeah, that's correct. Garter.
Well, good to meet you. So,
As in the belt?
Bud?
Nothing.
Ah.
I said as in the belt.
Ah. Yeah.
So you said earlier you were a mercenary. How did you come to be the employee of these people?
Well, we are all of us mercenaries, but we've been working with this organization for quite a time, quite some time.
How exactly did you get down here? I mean,
oh yeah. Sorry, he looks and goes, we I don't think we'll be going back the same way. You destroyed the gate. He's like, we took that I just heard, what the fuck is it called?
The Stargate?
Yeah.
Mirror?
Yeah. The quarter.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure out another way out of here, Garter.
Yeah, I don't
listen.
But that wasn't the question you asked, though. You didn't ask how we're getting out. We'll get out. That's not the problem. We wanted to know how you got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, yeah, and he's like we got in through the Chamber of Stars.
Yeah.
Like you guys did. I mean, the thing is, I don't know if you realize, but that connects not just from where you came in. That's like a main thoroughfare. Like that's how these guys get to all sorts of different places.
Well, then what about the doorway that's at the other end of the chamber then?
Well, I guess it's been destroyed, so this place is no longer on that. Is no longer part of that. I don't know what you call it. It's no longer part of that paths. I guess.
Path? Hmm.
I don't. Yeah. I mean,
Well-
I've been with this. I've been dealing with these guys with Termithius and Torona for about 6 months now, and I've been through that Chamber of Stars 3 or 4 times, and every single time we've ended up somewhere different.
Wow.
Do you always have to bleed someone to activate
No,
the
that's
pathway?
no, we were expecting to meet someone. We were expecting to meet. We were bringing someone over, and where this person was, apparently it was not part of the network, but he wouldn't use the word network. It wasn't part of the passageways. It wasn't it wasn't on the map, so to speak. And so she was using whatever it was she was using to try to gain access to it. I don't know exactly how it all works. It's all,
I'm sure once they're awake, they can perhaps answer some more questions.
She's awake. Torona's awake.
Well, we're not talking with her.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that either. Like, unless it was that.
No,
was
I know.
that you, or
No,
was
no.
that him?
I was just. That was an aside. He didn't say that. That was
Okay.
that was an aside. I'm
Oh,
That was
okay.
about that. That raises an entirely different level of question.
yeah.
Well, listen, Garter, we have a proposal for you. We're not the type to just leave people to die. We don't want to leave people here
Whoa.
just.
Don't say that. We don't.
All
want,
right. You go ahead and talk
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him then,
Just
and then
be like-
I walk out of the cell.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually went in. I thought you guys were standing right outside the cell. I thought
I
you
walk,
guys.
I walk
yeah.
away from the cell.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, look, we don't want to leave you there, but at the same time, we can't risk you doing what you were doing before. That just causes problems for everyone.
What do you mean? You mean defending ourselves from strangers who attacked us? Is that what you're saying? You don't want us to do that? You don't, because that's unfortunately, alas, that's what I will always do when I'm attacked.
Touche.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really what it comes down to, though, is that you were here and we were attacked first, is how actually I remember it. So that said, it was very much the heat of battle.
No,
so I don't
no. It was your. I mean, say I can appreciate the fact that he tended to my wounds after the conflict, but it was your big guy that ran in and just started attacking.
He did have a problem with, I believe, the other paladin, Justine.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
okay.
no, yeah, Termithius, yeah.
Oh, Termithius. Oh, right.
Yeah, if they have bad blood, then But the thing is it that yeah. But you guys showed up, and it was pretty much just straight attacking from there. So we just defended ourselves.
And was it just you defending yourself when you were going to assist them in torturing me and torturing my friends to death?
Well, I had nothing to do with that. But the thing is,
but you just stood.
Yeah,
to the
well, yeah,
side.
it's an orc.
And you've
It's
been
It's an orc.
You've
Are you
also
kidding
been
me?
working with these people. You've also been working with these people for 6 months.
I have.
And
And you mean to tell me that you're gonna spill tears over an orc?
Well, let's see. If just giving orders and standing aside is not a problem, then How about I just give my dog orders to eat you, and I'll just stand aside?
You know, the thing is, I mean, that's up to you. That's up to you, fellows.
Nah, that's up to you, because you do not seem to be cooperating.
What do you? How am I not cooperating? I'm answering your questions. What more cooperation do you need? What more can I do for you? The thing.
We need to know that you will assist us in getting out of here.
If you're telling me that my options are assist you or remain in this cell until I die of starvation, certainly I will assist you. Certainly I'm 100% certain. Every member of our company are pragmatists. I am 100% like. The thing is that like, and yeah, there's no way that I would do anything to endanger the possibility of my survival. Yes, of course. Whatever you need from me, I will do. Certainly. Certainly.
Can sense motive?
Do you have sense motive as a skill?
Well, everyone has it. Some people are better at it than others.
Yeah, the thing is I think that yeah, that's
I actually do think I have it.
well, no, but the thing is that
Matt, you can use your new spell.
Well, I'm thinking that I'm like that.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that if we're giving him I think what Mike is trying to say is if we give this guy the literal choice of death or work with us, he's going to choose work with us.
Yeah, and that's
Right,
and that's,
Will he
and that's
stab us in the back? That's kind of the thing.
and you have to assume yes, right? The thing is that like you guys kind of should like. I mean, the thing is like you're not gonna be able to trust. You're not gonna be able to be like, all right, come here, guys, go here. Here's some weapons. Cover our backs. You know, that's not gonna work. The thing is that like you basically. You guys basically took these guys by force.
Right. Okay, so
so you have to,
I look at it, and I
maybe over time you might develop trust. But
Right.
this guy just also exhibited some kind of racist tendencies. So the thing is like, so he definitely kind of subscribes to the thinking of Termithius and Torona.
Right. So I just look at him and I'm like, look. So we get it. The reason why we got into this fight was due to our friend having a bad beef with one of your guys, and I apologize. He's got some issues.
It's not an uncommon reaction. Termithius, I know, has made at least within the confines of St. Martin's, I know he's made a lot. He's got a lot of beefs. If we can.
And so. And it's obvious that you're not going to choose death over helping us. But the problem is that we have, and the problem that we need to figure out is how much we can trust you. And so what can you say? Because obviously, as we've established, that when choosing death, starvation, or coming with us, you're not going to be dumb.
Well, considering that if Torona is to be believed, we might be a mile below the surface of the earth. Considering that I know that I've never seen what's beyond that barrier, but I've definitely seen that barrier, and I know that Torona every day has to do something to maintain it. Otherwise, the barrier goes down. And when that barrier goes down, I know that there are things beyond there that Torona and Termithius don't want to interact with, but that's the things we need to get through in order to get back to civilization. I think there's definitely strength in numbers. I know that
you later.
What's that?
We're gonna need to come back to you later, and we're gonna go talk to her and see what the hell she was doing to keep it closed and what's on the other side of that door, because that now sounds like the big thing we need to be concerned with.
Yeah.
So we will be back. Thank you so much for your information. If she was spending so much time to worry about this, it is something that we also need to be concerned with. I leave the room to go talk to Torona.
Yeah, and you weren't actually in the cell. You didn't enter the cell. You were standing just outside the cell.
Room. Yeah, well, she's in a different room. That's what I meant.
Oh, she's in the same room. She's just down the room because it's a long hallway. It's like 40 yards.
Okay.
hallway, and so she's at the complete opposite end. And she is, and she's bound and gagged and sitting in the dark. So now you will have to actually go into her cell to interact with her because she's bound and gagged.
So I walk in.
Hold on, no, okay, hold on. So is Sigfrid going by himself?
No,
absolutely
not.
Okay,
not with the magic caster.
There's not going to be enough room in the cell, I imagine, but like we could stand outside just in case something happens.
And so,
I have my gun at the ready too, just in case.
Okay.
Ready to,
Okay, and so who is going in? Who is going in, and who is gonna try to? Who's gonna now? I'm assuming you're just removing her gag. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would walk in.
I would think that the magic user should talk to her, because I'm not gonna know what types of questions to ask or anything like that.
Okay.
Right. Well, there's that. And also I'm the most charismatic person here.
Sure.
Even if my actual or on paper I'm the most charismatic
of course. Now the thing is and again, so the thing is does that are you going to put yourself at danger?
I'm
you don't. You can talk. You could send somebody else in to. I'm just saying these are things. These are the kind of things I need you guys to kind of think about. The thing is you can definitely still be the guy doing the talking. Are you going to go in?
Right. Well, if I go in and I take her gag off and she starts casting a spell, most spells are a full round of combat, which is 6 seconds. I could slap a bitch in the face in 6 seconds to stop her from casting.
Sure.
And I'm not, and she's still, completely bound. So,
sure. All right, cool.
I'm of the opinion that,
without her hands, it'll be very hard for her to cast.
Yeah, I think the risk is, although it's non-zero, I think it's minimized.
Yeah.
Counterpoint to my own point. Don't we remember seeing the last closer we interacted with, who was a magic user, exhibit strength that was well beyond her physical means?
Oh.
The
Yeah, that's a good point too.
The one that filled us in on the game.
Yeah, the one that was
just palming an entire orc over her shoulder.
Yeah, but she wasn't tied up either. She had full use of her faculties and everything.
Yeah, I guess that would be the question is, what did we have? Did we just have our own rope to bound her with, or were we able to find some, because knowing that we had seen other magic users in this circle exhibit much greater strength than they should have been able to, were we able to search around and find, say, some of the devices that would
I assumed that we used some of the rope, some of the heavy duty, rope that was being used in some of the torture devices or something.
Which is what I'm kind of asking Mike. Mike, were there heavier ropes or maybe chains that we could have used instead of our normal adventurers rope? Okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to use up my rope if there was other stuff available,
Sure.
Right. Well, in that case, I still think that it's probably not terrible. I wouldn't feel too terrible just going in, especially with William Cuddy pointing a gun at her. Right outside, and so I would take her gag off and just try, in this particular case, try and use the carrot, not the stick, because and the first thing I would just
let's do it. So all right, so you go in there and so the thing is, so who's got torches, who's got light, what are you guys doing for light on that side of we'll assume that you guys have torches and sconces kind of at the other end, but this is, the thing is you are half a football field away,
I now have light spell as well, so we can have two lights.
Okay. But yeah, so things if you do, then what are the light spells cast? Oh, we just lost Matt.
Yeah, he had to restart his computer.
Oh, he's restarting. He's restarting.
Yeah, his computer crashed on him.
Okay. All right. Well, then then we'll have to. All right. So
real quick.
Yeah,
well,
hey,
did we have a chance to go over what like basic armor and weapons were here? Because I know both Matt and I need would want to arm ourselves with crossbows, and I can use light armor, so studded leather or even a chain shirt would be amazing.
Well, would you want to like kind of see what's going on before we talk to her, so you're armed and armored?
Yeah.
In case something happens.
I feel.
I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to allude to when we first started. It's like, hey, maybe we should like look around for stuff before we start talking to people. So.
Well, if we got the cooperation of these people.
Yeah.
Of the mercenaries specifically, they might be able to tell us like what all is found here.
Yeah.
So there is. I can say that you guys that there is sort of like some cells, some actual cells. Were also kind of like arrayed as a little bit of an armory. For the most part, however, it was mostly, swords, spears, some quivers, some bows. You don't see amongst the actual like amongst like the sort of like the mass, like the stock, like amongst the aggregated weapons, you don't see like anything like crossbows. You don't see anything, but there are crossbow bolts. So hold on, I need to.
And we're back.
Yeah, but give me 1 second. I need to reframe the shot again.
Oh, thanks, Matt.
That's all right.
Does Garter know if they have any crossbows?
You can talk to him. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing, boy?
I mean, if he wants to be helpful,
Yeah. Say,
he
hey,
can help arm us.
hey, Garter, are there any crossbows or light armor or anything like that anywhere in any of these storage cells?
So yeah. So you okay. So yeah, you go back to him, and he's like,
Yes.
and he's like, yeah. There definitely have been a handful of people that employ crossbows amongst our group, but none of them with this most recent group of us. But there's a chance that there might be something in the individual, like some of us that have been here for months, have taken to personalizing our little spaces. Some of us keep spare weapons, some of us keep spare items. So there might be something. I unfortunately I can't tell you.
Okay, cool. That's kind of what honestly, that's kind of what I expected him to say anyway. Cause like, even at work, like I couldn't tell you the contents of like the guy's desk, like just 2 desks down from me. I couldn't tell you everything that he has in his desk, and I see that every day. So
yeah. That's exactly right.
That's kind of, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah. No, and that's exactly right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna hit the lavatory real quick. You guys be back.
So Craig, you figure out if you're flying yet or not?
If I'm what? Flying?
Yeah.
I want to try to ride a motorcycle. It really depends, because the weather down in Austin looks like it's great, but the weather up here, it's been cold. I mean, it was 45 degrees today, so the snow is melting.
How long is the ride?
Oh, it's an 18-hour ride.
See, and I get the riding is enjoyable part. Trust me, like I have a bike, I get that, but for me, it comes down to like you're now effectively budgeting an extra 2 days just to make that trip.
Yeah. Well, I have use or lose vacation time anyway, so.
Right. Well, I'm saying if you fly, you could come hang out with us longer.
Yeah, but I hate flying. I hate it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, no.
Just the, not the process of flying, because I used to love to fly, but just the whole process of going to the airport, dealing with idiots, stuff like that. And I haven't ridden since November, so I'm really itching to like just get on the road.
Yeah, no, and again, like I said, I'd get you. I just, it'd be cool if you could hang out a few extra days.
Well, I'm planning on it. I mean, I'm not, because I'm taking all of next week off. Well, I'm taking all of the week of the 7th. So like the 5th, the 6th, 7th, 8th, all of that. And then like 2 more days afterwards into the next week. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna be off.
For purposes of you crashing on my couch, what days will you be with me?
Probably the 7th through, let's see, the 11th is Sunday morning, right?
Yes.
So I'd probably leave Sunday afternoon-ish.
All right, yeah.
If that's okay.
No, I mean, I feel like I should be giving Travis and Megan a say in this, but that's fine by me.
Yeah,
well,
no, that's.
And I was wondering about that too. Like if it becomes too much or something, I can get a cheap hotel too. I don't want, because I need my own space sometimes too, so.
Well, we've pretty much got our own space upstairs, which is separate from where you'll be staying.
Okay.
Well, Megan definitely offered some of our close friends y'all's couch. Just throwing,
I would say that's when like there's a bunch of people here.
Oh yeah, because it'll definitely be for like Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah, because like is Curtis staying with you as well?
That answer will always be yes. Just
okay.
Like will Curtis and I be in the same state together? Yes, it's probably a safe assumption we'll be staying together.
Okay.
So what do you guys? So you guys are looking for.
Right. I think we just need to like spend an hour or two just going through all of the rooms.
Well, I am. Once we talk with Garter, Sigroy's biggest concern is why Sharona was maintaining this field. What's on the other side of the field, and if need be, how he can continue to maintain it.
So here's here's our main two dilemmas, I think. One, we want to get you guys better, weapons and armor. 2, we got to figure out like what the what the status of the shield is, what she was doing to maintain it. Now,
it sounds like we've got about a day.
Well,
run back in and ask Garter.
You do have a day. Yeah. But when that day started and when that day ended, who knows?
Right. Run back in and ask Garter when the last time she did it was.
Okay. Hey, so Garter, another question, if you don't mind. When was the last time that Torona refreshed the barrier? Do you happen to remember?
I don't, because I was attending to our orc prisoner. He was a bit of a problem, and she normally does it in the morning time. Now, what our morning time? I mean, I'd say she attended to it. I mean, she normally would attend to it. It would have been. I mean, I have no idea what time it is now. But yeah. I mean,
okay.
I'd say if she did deal with it, it could have been no earlier than 10, 15 hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Sure. I mean, yeah, sure.
All right.
I definitely think it's something that she would be fixing to deal with, coming
to deal with pretty soon.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Right. So I go back to the other three. Like, I don't know if it sounds like we got a lot of time left to figure this out.
Right. So I let's jump back to the point in which before my computer crashed.
Yeah. So,
Um,
but hold on. So, but the thing is that, so now, do you want to search for weapons first before talking to her? Or
No,
do you want to just go straight to her? Okay.
Sigroid does not anymore.
Okay.
Knowing that there is a possible impending doom on the other side of a magical
Yeah.
guard, his main concern is going to figure out how to prevent that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna back him up by keeping my musket aimed at Torona while he's interrogating her.
Okay. Cool.
If you believe she'll tell you the truth about such things.
I have a new spell.
Uh-oh. Is that a level 3 spell?
No, it's still a level 1, but all right. So
Yeah, you get your first level 2 spell at level 4, right? Or level.
I think so.
Yeah, it's level 4.
So, all right. Well, yeah. So, all right. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So you guys go. William Cuddy, do you have the rifle trained on her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, like pointed at her, like, maybe not finger on trigger per se, but ready to maim her at least,
All right. And then are you there as well, Faye?
Yeah.
Okay. So so now who's carrying the light? Who's got the light source?
I imagine that that Sigfroy would carry his light. He'd have like used light on something.
Yeah.
So he'd take that in with him.
What would that be?
I'm still doing belt sash, so I would actually just say even the belt itself. So it's something that I don't even have to kind of touch.
Oh, that's cool.
Sure. The thing is, okay. But again, that means that you've got a light source, kind of like you got a light source.
Center of mass.
Well, no. You've got a light source here, which means that you are being, uplit. You
look very creepy.
Yeah. So you which is fine, but the thing is, and it's also you have a light source sort of right in your eyes whenever you look down. It's the thing is usually
everybody knows that halflings are creepy looking anyway.
Usually you want something that you can manipulate, right? Point it, hold it.
That's fair. I didn't want to just be like holding a random weapon in front of her either.
Sure.
You can cast it on a coin or a stone.
Yeah,
or a stick.
Let's just say. Yeah, I just grabbed a coin.
Like a stick.
Sounds good.
Okay. Like a copper piece or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you're holding your coin. So and then what about you? What about you, Faye? What do you got?
I would have probably picked up the spear and lit the top of it.
Okay. Lit the actual spearhead.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So I'm holding that up high so it kind of illuminates the room. So because I'm standing outside the cell.
Sure. All right. So as you guys the area where you guys are kind of right now camped is all like I'm figuring that they're actually like you guys have lit torches, like it's a pretty well lit and pretty but as you move further down this hall, like the thing is, like, I mean, it's a pretty creepy place. The thing is that, like, it definitely into, like, there's something about it that just feels like that there were horrors perpetrated here for a long time. Like, this is a place where people showed up and they did not, they did not leave, kind of thing. And so as you're traveling with your two light sources, but you're still kind of like surrounded by darkness. You make your way down to that last. Now, do you say anything before you enter the cell? So, and who's got the key ring? Who's got the keys?
Oh, I do.
Okay. All right. So,
Yep.
and so, do you say anything before you enter? Sigfor?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I would just say something along the lines of, don't worry, I'm just here to talk.
Okay.
I come up, before removing her gag, just say,
so you look inside. So you guys get up there and you look inside, and she's not laying on. So there's that concrete bed / bench thing. She's not on that. She's actually under it. Like she's and she like the thing is like, so you can't really make her out too well. The thing is that like she's like your light source basically like it's the shadows cast by the bench kind of obscures most of her. You can definitely see that she's there. It's just she's obscured. I can't hear you, Matt.
Or I'll take my coin and just kind of slide it underneath with her, so it's better get a better view of her.
Okay. Yeah. And so yeah, you slide the coin. You slide the coin under her and the thing is, and you can like, so you slide it up and you get a glimpse of her face, like she's kind of like curled up underneath it, and then you get this glimpse of her face, and there's just like venom in her eyes, and then she covers the coin. It goes dark again.
Venom in her eyes is not like an actual like magical thing.
She's just
okay.
she definitely looks very, very angry.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if that was like she's poisoned.
No.
Okay. I pull out another coin and light that one.
Okay.
So now she just has I have my light source. Like that's really where that goes. I'm just looking at her. I'm just like, look. The first thing I wanted to do is apologize. We came in. We started the brawl due to the fact that one of our guys had a beef with one of yours. Had I known that you were a closer as well, I would have not been so brash. And I don't know if you do remember this or not, but once we said we were on the same side, I took no further hostilities towards your men. Which, for the record, outside of character, is true.
Yeah, but all right. So now again, the thing is she does not respond, but she can't respond as well because she has a gag. So
right.
So, yeah.
And so then I say,
so he's just telling her that, like, as a preamble, like before anything else, right?
Now, if you would like to have a conversation, and I would be very happy to remove your gag if you would come up and sit with us.
And then, and again, the thing is like you don't get a response.
So no move, because obviously, like the response that we'd be looking for would be have her actually just come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she remains in there.
Just leave her.
Well, so here's the thing. We can leave you, but I have a sneaking suspicion from what your men have told us, we may have a bigger problem on our hands other than being trapped a mile underneath the earth for who knows how long. What is that shield preventing from getting in? Because by our calculations and our best guess, we have maybe 10 hours. And that'll happen a heck of a lot sooner than any starvation.
Yeah, and she's yeah. So you're saying that, and the thing is, like, I mean, you know, she's hearing you. You know she's hearing you, but she's not. There's no movement. There's no reaction. She's just like, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know how this would best be handled.
We will collect gear and prepare to leave once the barrier drops. I mean,
yeah, we can just like scour the area and see if there's any stuff, and then when the barrier drops, then we just leave. We could do that too. I like that.
Okay.
So that's what you guys do?
Okay.
That's what we say in front of her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adios,
Okay.
Torona.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Um. So yeah. All right. So yeah. So and then you guys walk away
And then we walk out and lock the door behind us.
Yeah. All right.
And
Once
then
I'm
we regroup.
confident-
We regroup away from her cell, I'd imagine, and just see what happens.
Once I'm confident we're out of earshot of her, I'm just say, look, guys, if you find a crossbow, bring it. I'm gonna go study these runes, and I'm probably just gonna do that for the remainder of the thing to see what I can figure out about them, their purpose, anything of that nature.
No. Again, you still want to take. You still need to take a long rest, right? The thing is that you still want to
Right.
you still want to refresh
Like
your
8 hours sleep.
You still want to refresh
Yeah.
your spells and all that stuff. So the thing is, so this is gonna be part of that long rest, you know. So the thing is like so if you want to refresh all your spells, the thing is that like, you know, so we'll say that this whole interaction, you know, all of this stuff has taken what, let's say maybe 45 minutes of you guys talking and you know, so things like so you know, if you suspect that you've got, you know, potentially 10 hours, maybe more, maybe less, and you need to get 8 hours, and you need to get an 8 hour rest in to refresh your spells. You might want to get that. You might want to tackle that quick sooner than later. Is what I'm saying. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Let me take a look at something real quick.
And
I
then
want the
and
authority
then
on a spell.
and then so William Cuddy, I'm assuming you're going to be exploring some of the cells, looking for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, so I wouldn't be opposed to finding something better than what I have, but I think what I have right now is pretty good.
Yeah,
The short sword can be replaced.
No. Actually, the short sword.
Is that a magic?
No. Well, the thing is that like it's actually it's a very finely wrought. It's a pretty exceptionally made. It didn't have any magical aura, but it's definitely exceptionally.
But it's just pretty nice.
It's exceptionally well made. Like the thing is the balance is amazing. The handles amazing. Like the thing is like you've never encountered a short sword as well fashioned as the one as that one. You know.
You won't find a weapon as good here, I'm sure.
Yeah. What's up, Matt?
Well, I definitely want to go.
But I'm willing.
Look.
But you know, I'll explore and help the other guys find stuff. You know, I mean, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind helping out.
You can ignore those rules. I just wanted to see the text of the spell.
Oh yeah.
A touch of truth telling. You know, lay hands on her and make her tell the truth.
Yep.
Well, the problem is what she did was didn't say anything, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So
This doesn't actually make her talk. It just makes her tell the truth when talking.
Oh, yeah, good point. If Faye wants to go and start exploring and looking for stuff, I'll go with him.
Okay.
And we can split up too. I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to explore.
You can take the cells on the left. I'll take the cells on
Yeah.
the right.
Yeah.
That'll work.
And the thing is, I can just give you guys a quick so you actually do find all sorts of interesting things. The thing is, like, you do find a little bit of money, but it's kind of like the way you would find change in a change jar. You know, like the thing is like it's not
significant.
I mean, the thing is, it might be a total of all aggregate maybe 20 gold pieces. You know, amongst all of these things. You know, but it's all in small denominations. It's all in copper pieces and silver pieces.
It'd be more hassle to carry it than it's worth.
I mean, it definitely has some value. I definitely say it's probably about 20 gold worth of, which is pretty substantial, you know. But the thing is like, it's all copper and silver. So the thing is, so it's probably about 100 coins that make up about 20 gold. You know, mostly copper and some smattering of silver.
Well, I mean, now that we know Sigfroy can light coins up, you know, he might want them.
Yeah.
You know, to lit things to throw at people and stuff like that.
you do find and then you do find a number of it's all of not. None of it seems to be anything particularly amazing or special, but a lot of it, most of it is well taken care of. Most of it is like well sharpened weapons, well oiled weapons, it's
Which you would kind of expect. You would kind of expect from professional mercenaries.
Yeah.
They're going to take care of their stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, and you run across. There's lots of swords. There's lots of daggers. There's lots of lots of spears. You find some bows. You find some arrows. You actually do find 2 crossbows. You find one kind of like normal size winch crossbow, and then you have another. Then there's another much smaller one. It's like a mini crossbow, and that actually has 8 small bolts, and those bolts look to be tipped in silver. It looks like maybe they look. It's a pretty fancy, cool looking little crossbow. So
it'll be good for fighting vampires.
You just hear from the other room, "Dips." No one knows why I said that. Dips was yelled from the other room.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take the 2 crossbows. Is there any light armor? Maybe something better than the leather.
Yeah. So the thing is, and then there are all sorts of different suits of armor. The thing is finding something that fits you. Yeah, you find a couple of different. You find a suit. You find some leather armor that fits you pretty nicely. There is some studded armor that looks like it fits you pretty nicely. It's like the newest and nicest of the armors is the leather armor. That one is like, it not only does it fit you well, but it's also like very, very well taken care of. It's like, and then you find there's some older like studded leather, and that does fit you pretty reasonably well. You found some chain that fits you. But there's not, the thing is like, and then you also found like little pieces of stuff. So you found a coif, and some boots, things of that nature. So you could piecemeal it if you want to as well. But the two that are the most that work the best for you would either be the leather, which seems to be pretty new, and then the older studded leather, which definitely it's definitely more worn, but it fits and definitely seems like it's sturdy and well.
The studded leather seems like it perhaps provides a bit more protection.
Sure.
So, and I guess I imagine that maybe the large crossbow would be too big for our little halfling friend.
Yeah, probably.
So probably. I could take the I guess it's a large crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that then.
No, it's not. Or
is it just a normal size?
It's a regular. It's a regular.
That one's normal size.
Well, there's.
And the other one's a mini crossbow.
Yeah. The other one is a crossbow that doesn't it's not going to exist in like the regular.
Is it like one of those little tiny handheld deals?
Yeah.
Like with the tiny little darts, they're that long.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Oh,
they're about like little 4-inch.
I want one of those.
They're like little 4-inch darts. Yeah, and they're 4-inch bolts. That's correct.
I think those are cool. I'd almost take that.
Yeah.
While they're doing this, one thing that I just thought of was going back to Garter and asking. So I know that you don't know where specific things are, but do you know whose room was which?
I know a handful of I know Torona. I know Tromithius.
Torona. Which one was Torona's?
Torona's. Where are we? We're here. If you, there's gonna be the room. There's gonna be one of these. So you're gonna see there's a cell, and next to the cell, it looks like it is. It looks like it's a stone wall, but it's not a stone wall. It's if you touch it, you'll see that it's actually just a well crafted facade. It's made of wood. You pull that back, and there's a number of books and papers and things of that. I mean, and hers is the one just to the, if you're facing it, hers is the one that's just to the left of that.
I go start looking through her, or can I find her room?
So yeah,
following his instructions.
Yeah. So yes, you can. Yeah.
Then I would start searching her room for anything that would point towards the thing that I've been searching for, which would be anything that would help me discern the shield and its purpose.
Okay, so so when you get to her room is also pretty spare. She does have there is a small chest. So it's just hers is exactly like all the other rooms, but there's actually a mattress. It looks like the mattress has actually been is filled with a combination of both straw and down. And so it's bound in like a it's bound in like a cotton sleeve, you know.
In unrelated news, this is definitely where Sigroy will be sleeping when he does take his rest, because it's much nicer.
Yeah, and and then she also has a down, like there's a down pillow, and there's a small and then there's a couple robes hanging up that she's mounted some like things, and there's some robes and stuff hanging up, and then there's a small chest. So you are. So I'm assuming you're gonna. So the chest is locked, however.
Oh man.
Do you want me to shoot it?
That didn't work out well the last time.
Oh yeah.
There could be traps, magical traps.
Well, that was going to be the first thing I was going to do, which is let's do a minute, just a single pass of detect magic on it, just to see if the chest itself is generating any aura.
And yes, it is.
Crap. How strong of an aura?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's magical.
Right, but
yeah,
wait,
it's not like that. Like the thing is like that the you know like the with the stuff that I was telling you before when you were looking at like, you know, the like the what do you call it, I guess no, the thing is like I think all the magic stuff has just been, it's either magical or not magical. It was the evil that was the mind. Like,
that was degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason why I'm saying is looking at the reading of the detect magic is the first round, if used in combat, the first round is detects the presence of magical auras. The second is the number of different magical auras and the power of the most potent aura.
Yeah.
And the third is the strength and the location of each aura.
Yeah, there's just one aura. It's actually from the box itself, and the thing is, and it's very magical.
Okay, and that's what I was when I said how powerful. Yes, very magical.
Yeah,
that's what I was looking for. Okay. Crap.
We could just take the box with us then, and perhaps
how big
find your friend.
I mean, it's the size of a small chest. You know, it's like I mean, you as a halfling, you would be pretty burdened carrying it on your lonesome, you know. Think of it like it's probably about 25 pounds.
Okay.
You know.
That's what I wanted to know.
You could definitely put it in a backpack or something and carry it that way. But like walking around with it would definitely impede you pretty substantially.
So in the process of leveling up, I went through and realized that there were a bunch of things that I wasn't using. And so I guess the first question is my spellcraft's ability. Isn't that the thing that kind of is supposed to identify what magic things are? And if so, wouldn't it be a?
The thing is,
would this be
is it determining that kind of stuff takes time and takes money. The thing is it's not something you can do on the fly. The thing is, I mean, if you find like a wand, you know, they're definitely, and if it seems like it's a common wand, and you know, like the thing is like, but in this universe again, there's no real common magic. So the thing is,
Right.
is that like in the way it would have worked if this was sort of like a traditional D&D world, is that you would be like, yeah, well, this like, so this is a wand. There's a certain number of different ways in which you can activate a wand. Let me try, you know, but the thing is like, the more involved the magic, the more involved the process to discover what it does and how it does.
Okay.
And the thing is, and that's, yeah.
But and I guess the answer to that would be is what happens if I'm expecting it to be a really simple magic, such as if opened and not done special thing, blow up, because that's all I'm really expecting out of this chest, and that's the one thing that I would very specifically be looking to try and figure out if that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so it's tough. It's tough looking at this thing. It's tough to determine what. It's tough. You can't. You would need to spend more time with it to determine.
Okay.
To determine if you if the magic was from a whether it was a magic from a spell cast on the thing, or whether it is intrinsic magic. That's something you could figure out in short order. You know, you could probably figure that out in maybe about half an hour of just kind of like, the thing is like, and then you could go, and then once you determined, oh, it's magical because it's a spell been cast on it, or it's magical because it's intrinsic to the item itself, then you could, with a little bit more time, you could dig in a little bit deeper, you know?
Right. Okay. I'm coming from it from the engineering's perspective of, if I look at a block of code, even if I don't know what the code was, who wrote the code or anything of that nature, and about, 5-10 minutes, I can probably figure out what it's trying to do.
Yeah. And the thing is like, and it's gonna be the same kind of thing. Yeah. It just takes time. You know, the thing is like, yeah.
Right, and that's all I was, like I said, trying to do, which is determine if it's literally designed to blow up in my face.
So yeah, so are you going to take the time to try?
Well, we don't really have the time.
Right. Well,
I mean, you do. You've got all the time you want. You know, you've got all the time. But the thing is, but there will be consequences. You know,
well,
one
right.
way or the other.
In Sigur's eyes, he only has time enough. He has maybe 10 hours to figure out what is on the other side of the sheet.
You had 10 hours. You had 10 hours about an hour and 15 minutes ago. Because
furthering the point.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So
at this point, I think he'd probably go and at least spend another 45 minutes before his rest. Because if he needs an 8-hour rest, he wants to at least spend a decent amount of time looking at the shield itself and doing more or less the same thing he was about to try and do with that chest than he would on the thing. The chest could be a red herring. The shield is what matters.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you're gonna walk away from the
Well, you said there were books as well. Like he would have.
So do you remove the facade?
Well, I thought the facade was.
No, yeah, the facade was kind of. So he said that there's a so basically it looks like when you went into her cell, right? It looks like there's rather than a cell, it's just brick, or not brick,
right.
but it's just stone, you know, and right. It looks like the exact same stone as everything else.
Right.
And so he said behind that there are books and papers and stuff like that.
Well,
you have not yet explored that area.
Oh, okay. I thought that was part of her room.
Nope.
And you said that facade wasn't. He didn't say, and this is obviously coming from a layman's. he didn't say that that was magical. He just said that it was wood, in fact, and not stone.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
Do a real quick, see if it's magical.
It's not.
Then yes, let's break the facade and try and get at those bucks.
Okay. You don't have to. I mean, okay, you don't have to break it, but if you want to, you can.
The thing that will get me to the books.
Okay. Yeah. It literally like if you feel around you, like there's a handhold and you can like literally just it pops right off.
Yep.
And you slide it over, and there you go.
Yeah.
And it actually looks like there's maybe 40 or 50 books. It's 2 bookshelves. There's actually a little desk at the opposite. There is no bench. There is no stone bench. It's either been broken off or it's been removed or something. But so it's just there's 2 like it's the same size as a normal cell, but there is a bookshelf, desk.
Okay, question. Do books in this universe have their names on the spine, or is that a nicety of modern day?
The thing is there certainly are and have been, but not none of these, you know.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is there certainly are books with their names on their spines, and they're pretty like, you know, but not, yeah, none of these are those. In fact, these a lot of these look like they are, if not journals, they look like they've been handwritten.
Okay. That's not helpful. I don't know. Can we switch over to the other guys while I think about this?
Sure. Yeah. So,
or you could call us over and see if we know any, or if we can help at all.
I mean, yeah, let's go with that. I'd call over. No offense to Billy, but I'd call over the other magic user since he's probably the one that would know, at least have an idea of what we'd be looking for.
And I just call over. I can always shoot it if you want.
Although you haven't really fully identified. Travis, have you let them know that you're a magic user? Because he hasn't really fully revealed that he uses magic, right?
Well, I kind of figured it when he summoned.
But you didn't.
Bigsby out of nowhere.
You didn't see that though, did you? Because you weren't you in the room?
No, that was all.
He says he has his own light, so I've seen him cast light.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
So I would probably call him in and ask, so how much magic do you know, et cetera, et cetera. Have you looked at the shield? Can we? I'm trying to figure out what it's doing because Garter said that it could be an issue.
It's Garter with just so you know, it's Garter with a D, Garder. Garter.
Right. That's why I was calling him a belt, as in Garter belt and lingerie. I was making fun of him.
Garter's with a T. Garter belt. Garter is the Garter belt. Yeah.
Oh, this is Garter.
Yeah, Garter. Yeah, Garder. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, if I had known that, I would have insulted him an entirely different way.
I was like, wait.
I took a look at the door, same as you. I did not spot anything else.
Well, my concern isn't with the door itself. My concern is with the hired hand saying that she spent so much time and dedication to attempting to maintain that shield. And so let's just say that I'm a bit worried with, if she has spent so much time and effort into it, we probably should at least consider it as a thing that be concerned over.
Yes.
Hey guys, just real quickly, while you guys are talking, you mind if I go to the bathroom real quick?
Go for it.
I do.
Okay.
I personally take umbrage.
Well. All right, I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
So you want to help?
Sure. I will help any way I can.
Let's go through some of these books and to see if anything stands out to you. And I guess we spend. How long would your character actually want to spend doing this?
Well. Why don't we start with this? Why don't you guys grab one of the books and take a look at it?
Oh yeah, I guess that would work.
Yeah.
I grab one of the books and take a look at it.
Okay. So it definitely is a book that was designed for being written in. You open it up and it is written in some form of code that makes no sense to you whatsoever.
So a cipher.
Yes.
Well, actually, that would be the first question: is it obvious that it is a cipher and not just some unknown language?
You're not. No, that's the thing. Is all right. So go ahead and make a knowledge check. But the thing is it like, yeah, it's going to be a high DC because this is not necessarily something that you because you're not a wizard, because you are a oracle. This is not going to be the kind of thing that you're going to be super familiar with. So
what kind of knowledge are we talking about? Is it the knowledge of the arcana? Is it the knowledge of the planes?
No, yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, we'll do Arcana. Arcana works.
Okay, because I actually know a decent amount about that one. I clicked it.
There you go.
There it goes. I clicked it twice, so take the first one.
Okay, yeah. So you got the same roll both times. Good. So the thing is it definitely does look to you like it's a cipher.
Okay.
They're definitely because, and the thing is like, and the reason why you feel that is because you actually, it definitely seems like there is some sort of like at the beginning of different sections, there's sort of like a matching code. Like there's something anyway. Like there's something that you notice is regular between each. That just looks like like this is definitely something, like the language. Like you don't notice any repetitive words from section to section. The first section you look at it and go, oh, that looks kind of like. But the next section looks like it's completely different. Next section looks like it's completely different, which to you suggests that it might be a cipher. That it might be a cipher that keeps changing.
Okay. I take down another book and see if it matches, or not matches, but like is of the same. Take down 2 or 3 of them and see if they're all in this one cryptic language or cryptic cipher.
Yeah, and it looks like everything's been written in the same. Yeah, and it definitely looks like it looks like it looks like the handwriting is getting more confident, right? Like so it starts off. It's when it like when you're looking through the first one you looked at, the handwriting was pretty big and blocky. Like it was kind of like, and then as you dig in a little bit deeper, you find some that where it's a lot tighter. It's a lot more like it seems a little bit more like, it went from being like a 7th grader or a 7-year-old writing to a high school kid writing to a college, like the as if with facility with writing in the cipher at it, like you get a lot more dense in terms of what you're putting in the book. Does that make sense? Just think about the way think about the way a 7-year-old writes as opposed to the way a high school student writes, as opposed to the way the thing is like as opposed to the way a professional writer writes.
Right. The one thing that I'm a bit confused on is that you said it's literally like big and blocky, so it's almost like the person that was writing it aged rapidly, rather than their writing style.
No. Just it's just that it seems like they weren't familiar. They weren't familiar with the cipher. They weren't familiar with like that it looks like whenever.
Oh, so you're saying that the actual script they're using isn't? I thought it was. So it's. I don't recognize the language, and I'm also confident that the cipher is that it's being ciphered. No, okay, never mind.
Yes,
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, crap.
But it definitely. I mean, it definitely looks like. I mean, to fill up this this is 2 years of this whatever all of this stuff is. It's a significant time investment.
Sure. I mean, if it was something I could have read, I would have looked just for the table of contents, maybe a glossary.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You got any ideas?
It seems that these mysteries are probably best left unsolved. I mean, the witch, she does not seem to want to cooperate. So I say just leave her to her fate. We will take a rest, recover our strength, and if you all want, if you will let me accompany you, see what's beyond that door, and see if she was being truthful about how deep we are.
I guess that's our best option.
That's fine with me. You seem like a good fellow to me.
Well, you did save my life, so I owe you. I owe you all.
All right, so yeah, so
I owe these others nothing, so
Yeah.
I would perhaps just leave them to their fate.
Well, we did tell that one guy that did we tell Garter that we'd release them?
I mean, I don't suggest we lock them here.
Just leave them behind.
Yeah, once the barrier falls,
To each their own.
they can make their way out, same as us.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I do not want them at my back. I mean, I would not trust them to.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So you're saying what? Like put the keys, give them a 10-foot pole, put the keys 12 feet away, and then be like, all right, there you guys go. Best of luck to you.
Whatever happens, happens.
He said he didn't want them at our back. I say we make them go.
Oh,
first.
we make them go in front of us.
Okay.
There you go. I like that. Well, let's get our rest on then. Let's rest and recuperate.
Okay, so are you guys going to set a watch?
How long do you guys want to rest for? You want to rest for 8?
Well, a long rest is 8 hours, and I definitely would prefer that.
Sure.
I also would very much want a watch over that because Segroy is not really loving the idea of letting the shield fall at the moment.
Sure. How do you want to do it? Like, so 8 hours divided. So I'm guessing Erloser is still attending to these people, or did he just crash out on us?
Oh yeah. So right. So the thing is, all right. So we're not. So you guys. So when you go, hey, what happened to Erloser? You don't know. You guys haven't seen him in a while.
Oh. Well, that's freaky.
Probably should search for him.
Yeah, that's a thing that needs to happen because that's the second
person who's disappeared.
And in game time, second person that disappeared in the last 12
hours? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all right. So yeah, so you guys go looking. So in this cell right here, you find Erloser. So Erloser's in here.
Is he locked in there?
No. But this guy right here is dead. Hold on. And Erloser is unconscious.
First thing I do is go check on Sharona.
Why didn't that be so big?
Oh.
You check on Torona.
What's
So,
that?
yeah, so Erloser is not. Hold on, he's unconscious. So he's that. All right. And this guy should be. I don't know why this guy's so big. Give me 1 second. But he's fucking dead. So fuck it. Right.
Oh, he's big.
What's that?
He's big.
Yeah. But he's not that big. He's not that big. But apparently. So, all right, so you're gonna go check on Torona. Do you go by yourself?
I probably just go and start doing it, and if someone thinks that it is an idea to follow me, then they follow me. But it's not something that I really announce.
Well, and I'm gonna stay with Erloser and see if there's anything I can.
Right, and that was going to be the other thing is.
if there's any kind of first aid I can render to him or something like. I mean, I don't have magical healing, but I can try to, see if I can.
Real quick, Mike.
Yes.
How much did Sharona actually move in my conversation with her? Did she actually physically move at all?
No, not at all. Except no, she did. She did. She
Okay.
covered the coin. That was the only movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I definitely go in and check on her. I don't actually enter her thing. I just take a coin, light it, and throw it to her last known location.
Okay. Yeah, and she's still under there, and she's still, and the thing is, and her eyes, like the thing is like she's still like, I'm assuming you're down like you threw it there, and you're looking to make sure she's
kind of.
Yeah. And so the thing is, and so you definitely get a good, very freaky glimpse of her. Like she's a odd duck just by herself. But the thing is, you throwing like a coin with light on it, at this girl's face, and her eyes, and like the real crazy.
Now, here's the thing. The thing that I'm very want to kind of do when I'm doing this.
Yes.
Is I don't want to get it near her. I actually want to hit her with it to see if she is corporeal.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, you can throw it. Yeah. So yeah. And it clunks. It basically, it hit, like, well, is there a specific place you want to hit her, or you just want to hit her?
That would be something that I would need to roll for to see if he would know where best to try and throw something to try and break through an illusion, because that's what he's assuming at this moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, illusions. Well, unless she's a really powerful wizard, illusions don't have any physical form. So if you throw,
yes,
it would go straight through her. So. So the thing is, so if you throw that out, and you throw it, and it hits her knee and bounces off.
Okay.
And then what she does is she immediately covers it up again. And things go black again. Hold on real quick. Were you guys what were you guys doing?
Well, Travis is figuring out why he can't be heard.
Oh, Skype strikes again.
No, okay, I figured it.
Okay. Travis, what are you doing? What are you doing while this whole thing is happening? Wait, okay, hold on. Wait, no. When is this happening? When exactly is this happening?
I go as soon as I realize that Erloser is knocked out.
So this is before. So this is before you guys. Yes, this is before anybody's rested.
Right.
All right. Okay. So go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Ah, shit.
What? So what, Travis? What are you doing?
I went to after Sigroy.
Okay, he's ready after Sigfroy. Okay, so you're following him. Okay, so you got his back. What are you doing, William Cuddy?
Well, I was just keeping an eye on Erloser to see if just kind of looking him over, seeing if there's anything obviously wrong with him. Also checking out the guy that's in the cell that's dead.
Yeah, so the guy that's in the cell is dead. He was on his stomach, so you can't really make out what, like, he's lying on so Erloser is literally looked like he was kneeling over this guy, and then
fell over,
and then collapsed. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Yeah, but okay. So if Erloser was kneeling down, then I would assume he would be at the height of a halfling, And so if it was gas, then wouldn't Sigfroy have been affected by gas?
No, because Sigfroy wasn't there.
Well, but all
it
of
could
these
be contained in the cell.
But how though? It's open front cells.
I'm not saying I know how. I'm just saying it could be.
Okay. Well, so I roll the dead guy over onto his back and try to see, investigate.
Okay, yeah. So his entire stomach cavity is exploded. Like it's just it's just something happened there. Something
something happened.
Yeah. What?
Like I yell out, "Hey guys, something happened here."
Yeah, and you don't hear a response. You don't hear a response, and you look out, and you're like, "Oh shit, they're not even here." The thing is, you can make out some light at the complete opposite end of the
All right. Well,
the hall.
So I grab Erloser by like the scruff of his armor, like in the back, like this.
Yeah.
And kind of try to drag him out of there because I don't want to stay in there with this exploded dead body. So I grab him, try to pull him out into the main hallway.
Sure.
And if I make it successfully out into the hallway, then I kind of lay him on the floor, and then I look to see if I can see the other two and indicate to them like, hey, something happened over here.
They're you can definitely see where they're at because you can definitely see the light in the distance, but they're 40 yards away.
Oh, they're way down there.
Yeah, they're at the complete opposite.
And this is I'm unaware of this. I'm just thinking through my situation.
Yeah.
How versatile is this spell light in this universe? Because effectively, what is it? Is it just completely omnidirectional? Because there's definitely a situation in which, at this stage where I'm at, I would love a cone of light.
Well, the thing is, So the thing is you've got. So is light? Is it based on touch or is it? Hold on, let's see. The thing is these kinds of like things like I would be willing to, if you have, I wouldn't allow you to do this right now, right? If you wanted to take a cantrip, if you wanted to take when next you get another cantrip, if you wanted to take a cantrip and use that as like and we call that like advanced light or extended light or something like that, and allow you to mess with the properties of light, I'd be totally willing to do that. So the thing is, I could allow you, and then we could figure out exactly how those properties would work. So it could be it's cone of light. It could be light that's only visible from so all of these kind of things are entirely possible. The thing is but it would I would need you to like invest some experience and some gameplay into it, if that makes sense. So
and this is just kind of all right. One more coin, lighten it up, and reading this, it says shedding normal light in a 20-foot radius.
So real quick, so the thing is, so right now, so just to say, so light, you have to touch the object. You have to touch the object.
I assume I have like a coin. I'm assuming I have like a coin purse, because or just
of course. But what I'm saying, so if you wanted to be able to throw light at a distance or something like that, like that's something that I would allow you to like. You could pick that up. It would just cost another. It would cost another like sort of like, these kinds of things. These for my money, like magic is.
It specifically states the effective is immobile but can be cast on a movable object.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't have to constantly be in touch with it though. It's a
you're absolutely right. But all I'm saying is like if you want to like a cone of light, the only way you're gonna get a cone.
I'm off a cone. I'm working around it.
Okay.
So what we have now is when this coin, pebble, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Something small that I can flick around.
Sure.
It is effectively, this small thing is a torch. In its ability to. So I kind of flick it into the cell to where she is illuminated, but has to get out of her little cubby in order to put her hand over.
Okay. Well, yeah, you could actually do that. You can actually do that without throwing it in there, because the thing is, so you can just drop down and hold it right on the edge of the of the door, and you can see her, and you can see. So the thing, And so and so the thing is, and so she's sitting there and she's glaring at you, and she's literally eyeballing you, like hardcore eyeballing you. But she's got her gag in and she's bound, and she can't, and I'm assuming her hands are bound behind her back, right? Like, cause why would anybody bind somebody in the front? Right. So the thing is, so she's sitting there like she can't, she's just eyeballing you,
Oh yeah, it was more the covering of the light was the thing that kind of fascinated me.
Yeah.
Which why I'm continuing to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the other guys. Theirs is more interesting now.
Well, no. Travis is with you. Travis is with you. So what are you doing, William Cuddy? So you see.
So this is all happening concurrently.
Yeah.
Right?
These are happening concurrently. That's correct.
Okay, so I look at her. I had drug Erloser out of the cell, and I've been trying to get their attention. They're paying attention to the inside of the cell, and I think William Cuddy's like, oh yeah, that's right. They were gonna go try to talk to Rona, so of course they're not paying attention to me. So I so I kind of actually prop up Erloser against the wall, in case it is gas or something like that. Then he's not going to be, but just prop him in a sitting up position, and.
So if he pukes, he doesn't choke on his own.
He doesn't aspirate or anything like that, but I don't run down the hall, but I make haste towards the other two.
All right, awesome. You get down there. You get down there to him.
Yep.
And so now this is the first time you guys are not aware that Erloser was down. So William Cuddy walks up to you guys and goes like, hey.
Well, no, we know he's down, and it's the thing. Him being down is what sent me down here.
Oh, okay, all right, all right.
Because the first thing I thought was it was her, and that it was an illusion.
Yeah. I see.
And that, oh man, yeah, I forgot she's one of those kind of casters like that does that. Oh well.
And that's why the first thing I did was try and see if she was corporeal.
Yeah, which she is.
Right.
But yeah, I get up to them and I say, hey guys, that dead guy that was in there with Erloser, I flipped him over and his chest is all exploded.
And you guys, hold on. And then all right. So as you're saying this, as he's talking to you guys,
it's another fucking mutant raccoon, isn't it?
No. You just noticed that the lights, like all the torches on the other end at the other end of the hall are going out. Just like thum.
Right.
Thum.
First off,
wait, the light was flickering out? Is that what happened?
No. The
Yes.
torches. So there were maybe 4 or 5 torches. There may be 4 or 5 torches on where you guys were, like, where your base, where the primary base was, where all the people were imprisoned.
Oh, okay. Oh, but then they all flickered out.
Yeah, and the thing is, and they went out, like, well, one of them went out, and then
Gotcha.
and you just notice that, like, they're all kind of like, so.
I just look at Travis's character and I'm like, this might be a good time to call your puppy.
Actually, yeah.
He's here.
Give me 1 second. Because they might have all gone out at the exact same time. Give me just 1 second. I should make sure. Even though whatever, fuck it. It'll be cooler. It's cooler. It's cooler if they go out. Yeah. So the thing is, like, so they don't go out. They just disappear. Just darkness. And then
Something is in here with us.
What's that?
Oh, it's
Something
like
is
they
obviously in here with us.
So they don't all go out at the same time. They kind of go out one at a time
Yeah.
as it gets closer to us.
Just like you're like, oh fuck, darkness. Yeah, and so now you're looking up along that in that end of the hall, and it's just like pitch black, with Erloser sitting there in pitch blackness.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, of course.
And even if he isn't, that's just one less racist in the world.
So why don't we leave it there? Because the thing is, because this is the perfect moment. Like the thing is that because now
Because something's about to happen.
Yeah. Because the shit has now hit the fan.
Like obviously something's about to happen.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is that, like, and I definitely think that like that Airloser would want to be involved in this, and he can be involved in this, you know. I definitely think. I don't think we should start with him waking up in pitch blackness and just be like, "All right, dude, what do you do?"
And can we not let him know what?
Combat.
No. That's exactly it. So you guys don't say anything. Don't tell him anything. I'm just be like, you woke up in pitch blackness. You woke up. You have no idea what happened. What do you do? You know. And the thing is, like, you know, and then we'll start from there. And you guys are about 40 yards away. So, So the thing is it's still you know it's well you'll see I don't want to
Yeah, don't spoil it.
yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Wednesday definitely, yes.
Yeah, we'll continue Wednesday, and then you know, and I keep forgetting Travis. The thing is, like, so I'm just assuming that Big B is kind of is shadowing you.
Oh yeah.
Unless you say otherwise, Big B's just always with you. Is that correct?
So Big B is always there then?
Until
as,
if Big B dies, then he disappears until is it a 24-hour period, or is it just after a long rest that you can get it back?
It's just the next day.
Okay, yeah. So so the thing so Big B's pretty much always there unless he dies.
Okay.
Or I fall.
Cool.
He goes away when I fall unconscious.
Oh, but not sleep.
Well, no, I think a sleep counts. But
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. All right.
he doesn't make.
I mean, that would make sense because if he's the one physically keeping it in this realm,
Yeah.
then the moment he is no longer, and even maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, because especially if. And that was the thing. Now that we're out of the game, does Travis's actual character know that Big B is something that he has created effectively or brought into this world? Because it sounds.
I mean, the thing is to me, it seemed kind of cool that it was like maybe he understood it intellectually, but didn't really. Like the thing is that Big B to him, for me, it seems like is a real thing, right? The thing is like Big B is his good friend that's been watching out for him since he was a little kid, you know? And the thing is that like, and yes, Big B operates differently than normal animals because Big B can't die because Big B is a permanent force in his life. So the thing is, so yes, he's got the ability to use magic and stuff like that. But for my money, like it seems to me that Big B is in his mind different than just magic. It's not a summoning thing. It's just that's the way he accesses his friend, you know.
Right. Well, so I guess the next question is, does he know he's a summoner, or does he think he's a sorcerer with a really cool dog friend?
Yeah, that's.
I would know. I think my character would know that he's a summoner.
Yeah.
Because he actually and one of his mentors was a summoner.
Is a summoner, yeah, and he has, and the thing is like, and you know, and again, and the thing is like, and for my money, that because the idea, and the reason why I this is my thing on it is like, because since summoners do have their own, the Eidolon is for my money, it definitely seems like summoners establish relationships with the one. Right. So for my money, then there's going to be a story behind every single one of those relationships, right? And so
right.
and that's what allows that character, the summoner class, to be exciting, because it's like it's different for everybody, you know. So
sure. And this is just like I said, I'm kind of fascinated. I almost wanted to make a summoner, and then apparently it was harder to do, so I decided against it. And now seeing how it plays, I kind of wish I had.
Yeah, well, you know, what we definitely need, if we didn't have you, we'd have a lot more corpses in this
right.
party, so.
Well, so and actually, I'll save that for off the air.
Okay, but yeah, so we're gonna I'm gonna shut down the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking the story. We're gonna continue again next week. Next week Wednesday, same exact time. So it'll be right around 7:00, and we'll go probably a little bit later. But so this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So that's 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern. And then if you live in Europe, then sorry, I can't help you. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. And I'll see y'all soon.